There we go. There we go. 9 o'clock on the dot. Sunday morning. I've got a plan. I've got a plan to absolutely cook chest. And let me make sure that they're open. 99% sure they are. 9 o'clock on a Sunday. Guarantee it's open. Let's go for it. I bet it's open. What am I thinking? I'm crazy. But yeah, plan for this morning is going to be some chest. I'm going to dabble with maybe a little bit of shoulders. You know, we'll see what happens. Chest is first. Chest is the highlighted target, right? It's as if I'm going on a hit, and it's like, yeah, this guy, chest, done. No risk in it. Now this guy, shoulders, you know, get him if you can. How about that? That's sort of how we're working it. But we'll see. We'll see. Chest-wise, I think my rotator cuffs are going to feel sweet. They should not have any sort of anything going on right now. Haven't been doing chest too heavy or overdoing it or tweaking anything or anything of the sort. And since that's the case, then I assume that I should be good. But I'm not going to know for certain until I actually get warmed up and started. So that's sort of that's something which I don't always show, really, just because it's not. I almost just kind of want to do it without having to worry about recording it. But before I ever start a chest day or a back day or an arm day, I'm not just jumping straight into set number one cold. No, I'm sitting around on the cables, really moving everything that is going to be involved with the motion. So rotator cuff work, hand over hand, or just cross-body chest press with a cable with lightweight, just to get my chest firing. Rear delt, front delt raises, some forearms, pushdowns, biceps. This entire upper body system, I want everything clicking well, so that if I say, all right, let's get real and jump onto a really heavy incline, chest machine or incline dumbbell or whatever, that I've gone over my checklists of how are my shoulders feeling, how is everything else feeling, and if everything's feeling good, well, then that's my cue to get real and really sort of push it. So chest takes the most time for me to warm up because it's the most involved. You get a lot of stuff going on when you're doing a bench, because it's a combination of the tension of the weight being pushed through your pecs and your biceps and everything else, as well as this compressive force of the weight pushing through your elbow joint, your shoulders, and you got to brace with your back, so you want to do a little bit of back warm up as well, so that you can give yourself a steady pad to even press from. There's a lot going on, so I don't mind sitting for pretty much 15 minutes before set number one of back, or before set number one of chest, just to make sure things keep rolling. And I've had crunchy shoulders. If you're a long-time viewer, like years back in the Oxford, Ohio days, then you would know sometimes I'd have a really crackly shoulder, because I used to bench with my elbows insanely flared out. In my head, I thought I was working my chest better by doing so, which is kind of crazy, at the cost of just thrashing my rotator cuffs. But with an extra long warm-up, usually I can get straight freaking into it. But yeah, I think nothing else to say. I wish it was a little sunnier, but what are you going to do? It's the goddamn rain season in Ohio the last week-ish. So I'm just hoping it dries up. I said I was complaining about the heat a little bit, but that didn't mean I wanted 2 weeks of downpour and flooding. Hey, give me a middle ground. Give me a middle ground somewhere in between. But yeah, I can guarantee that by the time we're posing down, I'm going to be laughing my ass off thinking, holy crap, I'm feeling pumped. So now all I got to do is take the steps to make that shit happen. So let's get started. Alright, let's break into 150s. I don't think anybody's really pressed them yet. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Ooh. One more. Oh, that's freaking heavy. So, if you've been watching for a while, you know that sometimes I rip the 150s. I gotta control the 150s today. Good set though. Feels solid. No. Okay. Whew. That's all. Ooh, too heavy to throw both down. Yeah. Any long-term viewers will remember this machine from Immortal Fitness. Pretty good gym, but this was the shit. I got something to tell you after. Let me get serious first. Can you see that? That's good. There we go. Okay, so if you'll notice, all these plastic clips fell off. The starting position of this is way too deep. I feel like I would hurt myself. But if I elevate it by putting these clips in the middle, then I can start basically with a lift off. Use your best judgment though, because I know that these style of clips are fucking strong. They can handle it. But, you know, don't go around breaking shit. Oh, nothing cool about that.
One more. I gotta go a little lighter for the next one. This feels too good to stop. Okay. Oh, let's move on. This machine I used to not be such a big fan of because I got so much front delt, it was like, what the hell am I doing? But now I'm better at retracting my shoulders. I'm getting so much inner upper chest. This is fucking nuts. Okay. Oh my gosh. Ooh, okay. Let's pose down. I don't remember how many sets that was, but does it really matter? Yes, but you get what I'm saying. Let's find some lighting. There we go. Got caught chatting a little bit, a little freaking bit right after chest, but we were getting into it good, so no pose down. But that was a badass pump. That was, yeah, let's put it blatantly like that. I was pumped, but didn't do a pump check. Did not scan it. All that means now is next chest day will probably feel even crazier. Right? Not everybody knows this because I think most people haven't heard me say this before. But on one of my first bulks way back, no pose downs for like 6 months. Lift, pumped, leave. That was the formula because I wanted the end of the bulk to feel very substantially different than the beginning. So how do you do that? But by not looking at the results, you know. And I remember the first time I did a sleeveless, tank arm day at the end of the year, I was like, holy crap. I put some freaking size on. Just put it that way. But yeah, that was really good. 2 good sets of incline dumbbell. Maybe a little bit too much. It wasn't, but it was definitely pushing it. And that incline stack loaded hammer strength press hit my upper inner quadrant, that section right above the inside of my collarbone of my chest, insanely hard, like as contracted as I could get them. So that was really good. And that machine is kind of, I'm back and forth on it because it does have a little bit of a tendency to work more front delts. But if you suck your shoulders back and you really kind of dig with your chest and pull from the elbows rather than pushing with your hands, if you can kind of follow that logic, well then, dude, load it up. So I mean, that one of those second sets, I only got like 5 good full reps and then like 6 partials.
I still consider that a good set. I still consider that very much so adding to the productivity of that entire lift. Now, I wouldn't do every set like that, but those ones were solid. Pack deck was good. Cable cross was good. It was just all freaking good. So, 45 minutes on that bike complete. It wasn't the regular one that I'm used to. It was more of an aero bike with like a variable difficulty of like a fan. Like that's how the what's the word? Like that's how the resistance is added, but it worked. So 45 minutes passed like nothing. I kind of hid the screen from myself, and I only looked when I was like, okay, how are we getting close? Pull up the screen, look at the time, 41 minutes 30 seconds. That's pretty good. For me to be aiming for 45 and to check the screen at 41:30, I'm cool with that. 3.5 minutes with the timer, that's fine. What really would suck is if I check the timer and it only read 15 minutes or 10 minutes even, and I was aiming for like 30 or maybe 40 or so. That will get you going. That's not an awesome sort of feeling. But all in all, I call that a badass chest day. And now, the plan is just to get home and get some food in my system. I've got some steak. Actually, no, I've got some ground beef waiting for me. And it's going to hit the spot. Let's put it like that. So I'll probably have a pretty substantially sized bowl. I might even just do a big old oatmeal beef approach. So to some, that does not sound the most appealing. Personally, I do not mind it. So when I cook ground beef and strain it and leave it in the fridge, essentially just meal prepped, I don't season it. I don't add salt, I don't add pepper, I don't add garlic, I don't add anything. I just leave it completely plain. And a plain protein is very much so a blank canvas, where it's just, it is what it is, but it isn't inherently flavorful, right? Egg whites are not inherently flavorful. White fish, cod, not inherently flavorful. Plain turkey, right? And so you can add whatever the hell you want to it, right? You never had a steak with blueberries before? You're missing out. I'm not saying all the time, of course, and I don't do that all the time, but it's just kind of interesting. So with the ground beef, this is a good bulking meal. If you want a real bulking meal, I'll tell you this: 8 ounces of ground beef, strained, 4 packs of instant oatmeal, mix, add maple syrup. There's your meal right there. 120 grams of carbs, 50 grams of protein, probably 10-ish grams of fats. If you start grubbing on that on the regular, I don't think calories are going to be your issue, at least in terms of the amount of them that you're actually getting. And it's a pretty damn filling meal. Now, that's kind of a funky one, so probably most people are not going to do that, and they're just kind of appalled at the idea of the ground beef oatmeal. But if I don't think you're that surprised that I would tell you that I like that. So it's sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But yeah, ground beef oatmeal, that's a pretty good bulking meal. And once I start pushing food, which is going to take a little while because I want to ease into it, I'm not just going to rapidly shoot my calories up to 5,000. I want to creep my calories up so I can get bigger gradually, right? Grow slowly, and hopefully slowly over a longer period of time so that my gains are more consistent and I don't put on so much body fat. That's my goal going forward for the rest of the year and into next year. But yeah, I want to creep it up. But once I'm at a point where I'm really eating and I feel like, okay, I got to eat a meal, like I'm actively eating. A lot of eating is passive, or you're trying not to eat if you're dieting. But yeah, once I start actually having to put food down, that is going to be one method which I'll employ. Because you got two qualities which are going to affect your ability to eat a big meal: overall enjoyment and moistness. A big ass bowl of something that's dry is not going to go down as easy as something that's properly sauced or just fresh. right? You ever have rice out of the fridge in like a little meal prep container? It's not the same as when it comes right out of the microwave or off the stovetop. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I can tell I'm getting freaking hungry. Maybe just by how much I'm talking about the food. So, yeah, plan now. Get home, get some grub, edit this guy together, and then I'll see you tomorrow for some back. I don't know where I'm going to go for that back day, but I can guarantee I'm going to be pumped. Maybe not beyond belief, but let's just say I'll be pumped.